On this week's episode, Wonder Woman breaks down barriers at the box office. Try saying that one 10 times fast. Kong Skull Island has a ton of video game references that I'm willing to bet that you didn't even notice. NASA wants to send WayneTech to Mars. And finally, No Man's Sky is in the news. Whoa, 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 hey. Just because I said No Man's Sky doesn't mean you need to exit the video. Hello Games actually did something really cool this week. All this and more on this week's episode of the Nerf Report.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the Nerf Report. My name is Bryant Chappel. Thank you so much for being here. And let's just get into this week's news, shall we? This week, Nintendo attempted to break the internet with Pokemon Direct. The event was live streamed on their Twitch channel, and in the days leading up to this event, literally everybody was speculating as to what was going to be announced. Personally, I thought we were going to get a Pokemon Go announcement. Other people were saying the Nintendo Switch was going to get a brand new Pokemon game, and literally rumors everywhere. There was so much hype behind this, and then the actual event happened. The event itself lasted 8 minutes. Literally, all this hype, and it just lasted 8 minutes. Trust me, it gets better. In a pre-recorded video, it wasn't even live, it was a pre-recorded video, Pokemon announced Pokken Tournament for the Nintendo Switch, and the 3DS will be receiving Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. That's right, Nintendo announced that Pokken Tournament will be available on the Nintendo Switch September 22nd. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I am not excited about this. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon, but porting a game that came out in June of 2015 to the Nintendo Switch and say, hey, buy a Switch because Pokken Tournament's on there, that really does nothing for me. And granted, yes, you're getting 5 new characters and you get 3v3 combat. But that really doesn't justify the price tag of $300 for a Nintendo Switch. Maybe I'm wrong, but Nintendo really kind of let me down on this one. The Pokemon Company also announced Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, available on the 3DS on November 17th. Big difference between Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon compared to Pokemon Sun and Moon is that you have access to Pokemon that weren't available in Sun and Moon. So make your own decision. I'm probably not going to buy this one. And in the ultimate grab for my nostalgia dollars, Nintendo announced that they will be porting the 1999 Pokemon Gold and Silver to 3DS devices. Literally all this hype for this event and no new games. I guess I should be thanking Nintendo for not debuting a brand new Switch game because you literally just saved me $300 so I don't have to buy a Switch now. Thank you, Nintendo. The director of Kong Skull Island, Jordan Vogt Roberts, threw down his gamer card this week to silence any naysayers that thought he wasn't a real gamer. In a series of tweets, Jordan revealed how certain aspects of the movie drew inspirations from his favorite video games. Jordan wrote on Twitter, small details that no one will ever notice, however I spent way too much time designing these Mega Man, Gundam, Metroid-inspired helmets in Kong. The game Journey also makes a cameo in the film, and Jordan reveals saying another video game homage in Kong. Anyone who knows me is aware that Journey is one of my favorite things ever. And in the final one, you have to have a very keen eye or a pause button to kind of notice this. But Jordan reveals that the Sky Devils logo has a very Zelda Hyrulean influence. Surprise, no one spotted it. I am a huge fan of King Kong. Ever since I was a little kid, I think my mom has a photo of me at a car dealership with the giant blow-up Kong. Greatest day of my life. So I fell in love with this movie. It could have been a bad movie, but I still loved it. Saw it in IMAX. And now knowing that there's video game references in this makes it so much cooler. So thank you for sharing that with us, Jordan. If you had any doubt in your mind that Sony wasn't winning the current generation of console war, well, Sony wanted to put your mind at ease because they just released their sales figures for the entire PlayStation brand. And let me warn you, these numbers are ridiculous. Sony has announced that they have sold a total of 60 million PlayStation 4s. Of the 60 million, about 20%, or 1 in 5 units sold, turns out to be its 4K high-end PlayStation Pro. They also revealed that PlayStation owners spend about 26 billion minutes a week on the PlayStation 4. If you suck at math, don't worry. I did the math for you. 26 billion minutes comes out to be about 50,000 years. Let me say that again. PlayStation users spend about 50,000 years in total on the PlayStation 4. That's a ridiculous number. The PSVR, a $599 peripheral that allows users to have access to virtual reality content through the PlayStation 4, has sold a total of 1 million units worldwide in its first year. Sony also revealed sales figures for the PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus, of course, is their online service that allows users to have access to online features along with giving them 2 free games a month. PlayStation Plus is currently being used by 26 million PlayStation 4 owners, or half of their active user base. With the service averaging about $10 a month per user, this has become a really profitable feature for PlayStation. With Sony's E3 press conference just being days away, these sales numbers were an impressive lead-in to their press conference, where they're going to be debuting the future of PlayStation. Fans of the Harry Potter series are about to get another glimpse into the wizarding world. Tryangle Films has released a trailer for Voldemort: Origins of the Heir. The film itself will reveal the story of Tom Riddle and explain exactly how he turned into you-know-who. The film started as a crowdfunding project via Kickstarter. However, Warner Brothers, who owns the rights to everything Harry Potter, literally kicked the crap out of that. And now there's like a cease and desist letter up there. However, in good news for the film, Tryangle Films was recently interviewed by Polygon, and they revealed this. We had a private and confidential discussion with Warner Brothers, who contacted us during the period of the crowdfunding campaign. The only thing we can say is that they're letting us proceed with the film, in a non-profit way, obviously. Tryangle Films posted a trailer for the film on May 28th, and it already has 3.5 million views. The Kickstarter is still down, though. Not really surprised about that. But if you're willing to support them in a non-profit way, you can head on over to their YouTube channel. They've got a link where you can actually donate via PayPal. And I've posted a link to their YouTube channel in my description down below. This next bit of news is probably my favorite thing from this week. Hello Games, the developer of No Man's Sky, did something really cool for 16 of their most dedicated players. Over on Reddit, apparently there's a Reddit page dedicated directly to No Man's Sky, where people are posting photos of base builds and videos of planet discoveries. And Hello Games took the opportunity to send swag bags to 16 of their most dedicated players. Inside the swag bag were a bunch of cool merchandise, but more importantly, there was a cassette tape. Yes, a cassette tape. The same thing that people like me used to listen to music on or woo the opposite sex with. However, this time, the cassette tape was a little more important. The tapes themselves are labeled 1 of 16, 2 of 16, and so on and so on. Not all the tapes have surfaced, but the ones that have share that Side A includes samples of music from 30 Days of Static. However, Side B includes strange noises. One user took their tape and ran it underneath a spectrograph to reveal a message, and the message reads 706 lowercase s S27 4616p. So this is where it gets really cool, but it also goes way over my head. So Hello Games, you probably dodged a bullet by not sending me a tape, so thank you. But according to a Redditor, he says that if you take 706S 727 4616p and apply ROT13 to it, you get 706 F 727 4616C, which is a valid hexadecimal value. Converting hex over to ASC2, it reveals a message. You guessed it, portal. Totally guessed that. Definitely understood every single word of that. Portals, of course, are referencing the gigantic structures on each planet that are, to this point, useless. However, speculated amongst the players, giving you the ability to travel from one planet to another on the other side of the universe. Whether you love or hate No Man's Sky, you gotta admit, this is a really cool way of them embracing their community, and also a really unique way to debut brand new content. Do you remember those applications NASA gave out asking for volunteers to go to Mars? You know, those applications that everyone was like, you gotta be crazy to want to take a one-way trip to a planet that you're never gonna come back from. Well, let me rephrase that question. Have you ever wanted to be Batman? In a Facebook announcement, NASA unveiled their new Mars Rover concept. The concept vehicle is 28 feet long, 14 feet wide, and 11 feet tall. And it's great for storming down the streets of Gotham. The vehicle itself is 5,000 pounds of aluminum and carbon fiber and has the ability to separate itself into two pieces, one for laboratory and the other for scouting purposes. Guys, I gotta confess, if I wasn't married, I'd be signed up for this trip. The idea of being the first person to explore Mars is cool enough, but now you're telling me I can be Batman. I mean, what could go wrong? NASA, hit me up in the comments down below. If you've been living under a rock, then this might be news to you, but Wonder Woman has a film, and it's actually not bad. DC has been on a ridiculous trend of producing hot garbage comic movies. And personally, I kind of feel like ever since Christopher Nolan stopped making Batman films, DC has not been able to get their footing. Man of Steel, I walked out of. Batman vs. Superman, I actually fell asleep in the theater. Deadshot the movie, that was overrated. And then Deadpool the prequel, let's just ignore that movie, okay? Wonder Woman was a breath of fresh air for DC Comics, and Gal Gadot plays the Amazonian princess Diana. Diana rescues a downed pilot, Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine, and is catapulted into the First World War. I'm not going to spoil this film for you, because I genuinely want you to go buy a ticket and see it yourself. Warner Brothers and DC listened to their audience and produced a really good superhero film here. However, one of the questions I've had since I left the movie was it a good movie, or was it a good DC movie? As I mentioned, DC has produced really, really bad films. So have I just lowered my expectations so when the first decent film comes out, I'm like, holy crap, this is great? Or am I genuinely excited about this? This is kind of how I'm feeling about the film. But as always, I want to know what you think. Put it down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Wonder Woman. Was it a good film? Did it deserve the high praise it's getting, or is it just a mediocre DC movie? With that, that is it for this week's episode. If you want more Nerf Report in your life, head on over to our Twitter account, @TheNerfReport, or subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications when we post new content. E3 is coming up, and we are going to be posting reviews for every single press conference that happens this week. So you're going to probably see me be a little frazzled, but I'm excited. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Bryant Chappel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do you? Thank you for watching. This has been the Nerf Report.